My first single came out on Warp 10 years ago, and the world was a very different place, and certainly with the internet. For instance, these days, if you have a press photograph, then you will email a JPEG to all the magazines and promotion companies. But back then, you would have to actually post a real photograph in the mail, and so they would maybe scan it in when it got to the office, and stuff was very old-fashioned, but internet is just, speeded up the way that companies can communicate. And, with music that's good and bad because, I guess with file sharing, then people can sort of get hold of a piece of hard work without really kind of spending any money. So the musicians will sometimes have their music leaked onto the internet, and they're not very rich because of it, because everyone is taking their music for free. But then also, it's good because it means thousands more people would hear the music as well. So I think in 10 years this has really gone kind of crazy, because it wasn't really going on so much 10 years ago, and people didn't really sort of share music in that way because less people had broadband. So 10 years ago it took a very long time to download like a 4-minute pop song, but now it's like a few seconds and it's there in your iTunes folder. So it's very tempting just to kind of take everything from the internet. And I think people's patience has decreased because, you would, in the olden days, maybe buy a CD and listen to it, and then next week you might buy another album and you're really excited about it, and you're like, okay, this is great. But now, people are one person will download like 1,000 songs a week and maybe listen to them once or twice or half of the song, and you don't really get that sort of excitement of, oh, here's a new record, I'm going to sit down and listen to it. So, I lead quite an old-fashioned life, so this is the way I just kind of buy CDs and then get excited about them slowly. The trouble with the file sharing and the emailing of music files is the sound quality is much lower than it used to be, and I'm not one of these people who thinks vinyl is so much better than CDs. I think they're both really good, and I think it's really nice when you buy a CD and it just sounds exactly kind of how the artist wants it to sound, and the ear can't really detect the subtle sort of instant frequencies between, if it was a higher band rate than 44.1, then you probably can't tell unless you're Superman or something. But now, 128K MP3 seems to be the standard, and it just doesn't sound very good. Like if there's some hi-hat cymbals, they're just kind of distorted, and classical stuff sounds terrible on it. It's just not dynamic and it's not punchy, and now you get people, I don't know if this happens in Poland, but in England people are playing music on their phones on the bus. So all day we're hearing kind of stuff from the charts, but like a really sort of tinny, trebly version of it. So I think what's unfortunately happening as time goes on is people don't really care about sound quality anymore. I mean, obviously the song is the most important thing of all, and whether it's catchy and brilliant and memorable and makes you laugh or cry is so important. But then also a very big part of the emotional force of a song is the production of it, and how, there might be some kind of nice acoustic chord at one point, and if that just sounds really muddy and distorted, then it's, the impact is lessened. So hopefully people will become back interested in the quality of the sound again, rather than just this kind of grabbing of music. And, because of the standard of broadband in people's homes, we do have the option to download very big files, and we can have large hard drives, so we've got the capacity to have kind of WAVs on our iPods and stuff like this, so it's exactly like a CD. And yeah, I just think it's important to make things sound as nice as possible. MySpace is very beneficial for the musician because when I play a concert, I can say at the end, you can find me on MySpace, and it means instantly people will get home and they'll be able to sort of listen to some stuff and see if they want to like it, and maybe if they want me to remix them, then they can get in touch. Basically it means I'm very contactable. If someone wants to book Max Tundra to play a gig or something like this, or DJ set, then they know to go to the MySpace page, and there is some information on there. I mean, the thing is with MySpace is the pages for the musicians is not that different from, your own website. It's not, like the actual page itself isn't particularly spectacular, but as you say, the networks that appear. I mean, if you look at my page, I've got a list of 24 bands that I really love, and maybe someone is listening to Max Tundra and they think, oh, I like this, what else kind of sounds like it, or what does Max Tundra listen to? Then they will find instantly, and then you can go in these pages, and then you can see all the sort of the people that listen to this music as well. And then, you know, say you like girls that listen to Frank Zappa, then you can go to Frank Zappa's page, and then the world is your oyster. That's by the way, I don't do that. The biggest minus is people are spending too much time on it, and the social networks like Friendster and MySpace are kind of killing the real networks, because like people are just staying at home and talking to their friends and like MSN Messenger and stuff like this, and like, you know, we used to just kind of, I guess people are still meeting up, it's not like we're just total hermits, but people need to sort of emotionally connect with other human beings. And the best thing with the internet is that you got in touch with me to book the tour. Otherwise, I would never have come to Poland for the 5th time.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, Charles. Okay. It's all right?
Yes,
Yeah.
very good.